Greetings from Indian Medical Association, our project Digital IMA. I am Dr. K.K. Agarwal, Honorary Secretary General, Indian Medical Association. Welcome to our show, Chat with Dr. K.K. Every Thursday, our webcast, 3 to 4 p.m. Happy Holi, because today happens to be our festival of Holi as well as the World TB Day. So we thought that all of you might be celebrating Holi, but let's continue and observe World TB Day also. Today is also IMA Telemedicine Day. We try to communicate to the people the importance of telemedicine. So we are observing today 3 things. Every week we deliberate with one of the experts, and the expert today with me is Dr. K.K. Chopra, who is Director, State TB Training and Demonstration Center, and that is the New Delhi TB Center. And welcome to our show, Dr. Chopra. And with me is Mr. Vivek Kumar, who is an industrialist. And we thought on the World TB Day, let's also answer a few questions which the public feels that they need to know, because they are confused most of the time when they read the newspapers. So we thought of involving an industrialist who should be able to ask few questions on behalf of the public, and we should be able to answer. Dr. Chopra, I am going to emphasize today only on new things.
Yes.
Recently, on 21st, the Health Ministry has launched new initiatives. If I count, there are almost 10 of them, 11 of them new initiatives. So we'd like to go one by one. So the first thing which comes is diagnosis of tuberculosis, and they have launched 2 new initiatives. They have launched CBNet, and they have launched the line probe assess technique to be available to general public. What is the CBNet?
The CBNet is a molecular test to diagnose tuberculosis. It's a rapid diagnostic test. Till now, we were diagnosing by a smear examination. We used to.
What does CBNet mean?
CBNet is cartridge-based.
So cartridge-based
nucleic acid amplification
nucleic
test.
acid amplification test.
So this is a molecular test.
So all nucleic acid amplification tests which comes into the molecular pathology. So for diagnosis or TB, if you use the molecular pathology, you classify them as CBNet.
No CBNet. These are molecular tests. These are basically PCR, polymerase chain reaction, where we take out the genetic material from the bacteria, multiply them, replicate them, and then try to detect. So there are 2 methods for molecular methods. One is line probe assay, where we detect the genetic material, and second is a cartridge-based CBNet, which is in general it's known as gene expert test, very commonly available in private laboratories also.
So therefore, molecular tests will be of 2 types.
2 types.
One will be based on
line probe assay,
and second is line probe.
Line probe assay is PCR, and cartridge-based test is automated test. This is same LPA, but it is a real-time and automated test where there is no chance of contamination, and results we get within 2 hours. We get the results also. With LPA, it takes at least 5 days.
5 days.
5 days to detect the
So
results.
therefore, LPA is to be used only if you are expecting resistance more than 50%.
Yes, LPA, advantage of LPA which is available now is it detects resistance to rifampicin as well as isoniazid. 2 most important drugs to diagnose.
So LPA will be able to tell you, no, that is for a gene test will tell you rifampicin.
Only rifampicin.
Only
no
rifampicin. And line probe will be able to tell you INH
as well as rifampicin.
But don't we expect that if rifampicin resistance is there,
in 90% cases, but not in all. In 90% cases, if patient is resistant to rifampicin, INH is also resistant. But it is not always the case.
So Vivek, what we are talking about is that if you pick up 100 cases of TB,
Yes.
2 of them will be drug resistant. Primary, the new case. And out of 100 cases of drug resistant TB, 7 of them will be resistant to other drugs.
Oh.
So when I talk about MDR TB means they are resistant to 2 common drugs. And when I talk about a further XDR TB means they are resistant to more than 2 drugs. So therefore we are trying to find out how to diagnose them. And here our discussion will be scientific as well as some philosophical. The scientific discussion is that means if I want to detect 2% of the cases, primary MDR, and if the patient can afford, if he should go for gene expert in the primary diagnosis.
Yes. Yes, because in gene expert, first thing is it gives result within 2 hours, and it can detect even if the bacteria are less than 100 bacteria are present. But for line probe assay, the number is more. If it is more than 100, only then, or smear is positive, only then we can do line probe assay. So simply it is more sensitive than the assay.
So I go for a CT-NET for a test.
If
From the
smear is
government
negative.
sector, yes. From the government, no, I'm not talking.
Okay.
So if I suspect TB and he is sputum negative,
Yes.
so I suspect TB, he is sputum negative.
Yes, you will send the patient to gene expert.
So I go for gene expert.
G.
Okay.
Yes.
Now if he is sputum positive,
Then you will go for
no. If he is sputum positive, and if I want to do primary MDR, then I go for
line covers.
LPA.
So you will tell both ING and VMS.
Okay. So all cases of sputum positive,
Go for LPA.
if it is a retreatment,
Yes. Same we will follow. All retreatment cases which are coming in our program, we are doing first smear examination. If it is positive, we do LPA. If it is negative, we do CPM. Both these tests are available free of cost under the program.
okay. So that's a new change policy.
That is a
change.
policy change. In all retreatment cases, all failure cases, all cases who are HIV positive, even if they are new. So they are thought to be children, extrapulmonary, HIV positive patients.
HIV positive. In all such cases.
All such cases and retreatment cases, we go for first smear examination. If it is positive, the patient is sent for LPA. If it is negative, patient is sent for CBN. So around 70 to 80% of patients who are coming for treatment, they are getting these tests done before the treatment is started. So the advantage will be.
So therefore, if I get a person who is on TB treatment, he has taken for 1 month and that's it.
Okay.
I call him, I see sputum is negative. So I send him for
CBN.
no. Sputum negative.
Sputum negative CBN. LP is sputum positive.
Okay. So his sputum is negative, so I send him for
CBN.
And if his sputum is positive,
You will send for LP.
LPA for to rule out MDR.
MDR.
And it will tell me complete LPR on IMATV.
Yes, yes.
And CPNet will only tell me about.
But both the cases will be
In the
treated
private sector, is LPA available?
In private sector, both LP and CBN is available in laboratories, but they are costly tests.
I've given to understand that the CPNet is only 2,000.
No, in private sector,
Yes.
I think it is around 4,000.
No. I think
2000, in 2000 they are doing only IPAC labs, these are the labs which are supported from the program, and they are doing in 2000, and it is concessional rate. It is concessional rate.
So for me as a private sector, I need to promote those labs.
Those 5 labs in Delhi.
In 5 lakhs in Delhi. So therefore, as a doctor, my duty becomes is to only promote those labs
Which are certified by the government, and results are also quality assured.
And as of today, they are not overburdened.
They are not overburdened.
So therefore, I must send them. Every doctor must be aware. People who are watching this, they must be aware that this test is available at 50% of the cost with government recognized private labs. One of them is JAG. I don't know what the other.
One is named, then SRL.
SRL. JAG.
In Delhi, there are SRL, 10.
Maybe 3 more. But then SRL diagnostic and then becomes a. And then what about the LPA?
LPA, this is available in private sector, but not under the subsidized program. IPAC labs only promoting CBN.
LPA is not subsidized.
Not subsidized.
How much does this cost?
This also costs around 5,000.
5,000. So if you don't want to go to through the government sector, then that's the only option.
That's the only way.
But if you go through the government sector,
then this is free. And at present around 300 CBN machines are available in India, and by maybe in 2 or 3 months, or by the end of this year, 500 machines.
Additional or total 500?
Total 500 to 600 machines will be available.
And what about LPA?
LPA that is available in state level laboratories. At present 68 laboratories they have got LPA facilities.
So in Delhi,
in Delhi there are 3 labs. They are in Neurology TB Center.
You have it.
We have in my institute, and then LRS Institute, NIT Mehrauli, and third is the RBI PMT. These 3 labs are doing LP. For CBNet is available at present at 14 laboratories in Delhi. And
So
shortly it will be available in all the districts in Delhi. In Delhi, there are 25 chest clinics.
So it is always better
to send the patient to
government center. As of today.
As of today, because the tests are available, capacity is available in Delhi at least, and done free of cost. And simultaneously, if the patient turns out to be TB, it is ensured that patient gets to a proper place to get the treatment free of cost under the program conditions.
Okay, and then people were not ready to come to government setup because it was intermittent.
Okay.
Now you are starting the daily region.
Yes.
Okay, and the daily region also you are changing. You are now coming back to 4 drugs for 2 months and 3 drugs for
3 drugs for 4 months.
4 months.
4 months.
So therefore you are changing it to what private sector wanted.
What private sector wanted.
Okay. So therefore now there should be no difficulty in a private sector.
To refer the patient.
And you are also allowing private actors to become a PHS.
Yes, it is not necessary. We will not snatch their patients.
You are also allowing private actors to become a dot center.
They become maybe not center. They can make one of their staff members a dot provider. Drugs will be provided. Follow-up symptom examination will be provided. And if patient doesn't come to take treatment for the private sector, our supervisor will try to contact that patient and try to bring them there, as we are doing in our program.
So as of today, it is always better to get involved in a. I think, and they are taken care of with dignity and with compassion.
That care is being taken. Simultaneously, some new schemes are available in the government. Like in some areas, they are giving nutritional supports with the help of NGOs. Social security system, some schemes are available which they can avail.
Okay. So when we come to daily regime, daily regime will be 6 months and 8 months.
Same 6 months schedule for category 1 and category 2 it will be 8 months schedule. The difference will be drugs will be given daily, and these will be in the type of FDC, fixed drug combinations, which will be given number of tablets will vary as per the body weight.
15 kg one tablet.
One tablet.
If I'm correct.
It's 15. One tablet and 15 to 29 kg, 2 tablets.
For every 15 kg, one tablet.
They one tablet they are adding.
Easier.
Yes.
45 kg, 3 tablets, 60
Yes.
kg, 4 tablets.
Another advantage of these FTCs, which is being tried at 100 districts in India, they have made, they say it is .99, .99. 99. This is a Microsoft has made a strips for them, so patient need not to come to the dot center for daily schedule. Patient collects a monthly quota. Whenever he will take out the drugs from that fixed drug combination strip, there will be some toll-free number will be written, which will be different on different days. And when the patient will take that medicine, he will call on that toll-free number, and this will record in the system, and which will ensure that patient has taken the medicine. So if patient forgets to take the medicine, patient will get call from that toll-free number that you have missed the dose, please take your medicine. So patient need not to come to dot center daily for taking medicine. Even then, IPC.
So I created a digital supervisor.
Digital supervisor. So patient need to physically move to the dot center.
You have a digital supervisor. That means, so it is in any way further better for private sector.
Yes.
Private sector will not get this facility of callback. Will not be able to supervise.
Yeah.
So it is always better for a private sector to refer.
And for the program, it is also good that we can monitor sitting in our room that this patient has how many doses he has missed, whether he has taken regular quota or not.
Okay. So
there is DOTS 99.
DOTS 99.
These are being tried.
Okay. So we have a daily regime. We have a daily regime now, which is 6 months routine, 8 months for retreatment, which is 5 drugs, 4 drugs, and 3 drugs. 2 months, 1 month, and the rest of the year. And then for spine and for brain, it is 9 months. 9 months.
Up to 9 months, even up to 1 year they can extend.
They can give up to 1 year.
Yes.
Okay. Now, and treatment, now we are also talking about sensitivity based individualized treatment.
Yes, that is for MDR cases. What we were doing till now, if a case is MDR is resistance to ampicillin.
No, let's first define what is MDR, what is PSTR, what is STR.
MDR is a case where the bacteria are resistant to INH and rifampicin. Then, because these are the two most important drugs we use, so such patient is put on category 4 schedule. So, sometimes what happens after 6 months, if patient doesn't convert or patient doesn't respond on category 4, then we go for the drug sensitivity or second line drugs. At that time, we find that around more than 20 to 30% patients, they were resistant to ofloxacin in the beginning. So what the government has provided now that whenever a patient is diagnosed as MDR case, immediately we put the culture sensitivity for second line drugs. So in the beginning, we can detect whether patient is resistant to other drugs or not. And two other important drugs are ofloxacin and second line injectable drugs. So for injectable, we are doing for kanamycin, and for fluoroquinolone, we are doing for levofloxacin. Levofloxacin. So if patient is resistant in addition to MDR, either of the two, either levo or second line injectable, this case is known as pre-XDR. And if to both, then it becomes an XDR.
So now we are talking about like in gene expert test.
Yes.
At the time of diagnosis of MDR, so MDR diagnosis,
immediately report will be immediately the sample will be sent for a second line test.
No.
Before starting.
No. I don't want cultural sensitivity for Cana and Levo.
Okay. Yes.
Not all.
All MDR. Yes. All MDR will put.
Not all drugs. Only 2 drugs.
Only 2 drugs. Till now only 2 drugs.
So therefore, all cases of MDR, like all cases of primary, you go for gene expert, and all cases of MDR, you go for sensitivity for kanamycin also. So
yes.
that you can come to know whether this is
pre-XDR or XDR. At the beginning of the starting treatment.
Start treatment.
Starting.
So therefore, if you know that he is pre-XDR or XDR, he can be simultaneously.
He can immediately shift it to category 5.
Don't have to wait for 6 months.
6 months before failure.
So no wait for 6 months.
6 months to detect.
You can start category 5 drugs.
5. Yes.
And in category 5 drugs, and now a new drug has come.
Yes, one new drug. That new drug is betaculate. This drug.
This is for
the advantage of this drug.
This is for MDR. Or
this is for
XDR.
Till now, this is only for pre-XDR and XDR.
The pre-XDR and XDR.
And this is an add-on drug. Add-on drug to the existing schedule. This is an add-on drug which increases the cure rates.
So I will go further. That means if you suspect a patient has come to you with sputum positive.
G.
Okay, you go for LPA. Okay,
it
shows effervescent plus INH resistant.
Yes.
You go for culture sensitivity.
For Levo and
Cana. If he is one of them is
resistant.
If 2 are negative, he is being treated as simple MDR.
MDR, yes.
If 1 is negative, he is being treated with pre-XDR. If both are positive, 1 positive, 2 positive, so this is MDR regime. And this is pre-XDR regime and XDR. So this now becomes like algorithm.
This is new algorithm.
This is the new algorithm.
For MDR cases.
In the meantime, Vivek, you wanted to ask some questions.
Yes, I wanted to ask doctor. See, there is also a lot of fear among the doctors themselves or the nurses. How to ensure that they do not get the contagious disease of TB. So how to create this awareness, and secondly with the family members who are a part of the patient's family, who are taking care of them on a day-to-day basis. How to remove the social stigma at home that the patient is not
patient doesn't spread disease
or there should be an awareness in them how to take care of the patient, that the disease doesn't spread. At the same time, he is in a positive atmosphere at home and he is not secluded and put in one corner, which will give him a negative atmosphere.
So I will divide it into 3.
Yes.
How does that spread? Patient to
First was the patient.
Patient to relations.
Yes.
What do I do so that the infection from the patient doesn't go back to his family?
First we have to know how the infection spreads. Sputum positive is whenever he coughs, he brings out some droplets. And if the other person, healthy person, inhales their droplets, that can cause infection. So first is the precaution. Any patient who is smear positive, we give them education that till he is smear positive, we should use surgical mask. Patient should use surgical mask so that droplets doesn't fall and you do not get any chance.
Okay, I will go further.
Yes.
I have used the mask. I have coughed. Okay. In that cough inside, the bacilli has gone. Now this is a droplet nuclei. This is not a droplet like virus. So therefore it is going to circulate. If I'm sitting in an area, there is a lot of air going on. Won't that come out from there and go to the air?
It's important that there should be frequent air exchange, like frequent air exchange system should be there wherever
It should
the
not
TB
be a
patients
closed
are.
atmosphere.
It should not be closed.
No window AC, no split AC, window AC.
No. There should be exhaust fan should be better, which is better.
Or
Exhaust-
open windows.
Yes, or open windows. So that the air passes many times. So if ever there is some material or droplets, they get diluted.
The international guideline says minimum 6 exchanges.
6 exchanges per hour.
But why don't we, when we are talking about such a big program, why can't we have hospitals with minimum 6 exchanges per hour? It's only available in the OTs.
It's available on OT as well as we put that exhaust fans are always put in every dot center. Every dot center has got an exhaust fan.
Do you feel exhaust is as good?
Till other method is available, exhaust fan should work.
No, I mean, money is not a shortage to our country.
Then if money is available, then negative pressure should be used.
So therefore I'm saying why under the government programs the negative pressure air exchange rules are not being built up? Because there is no shortage of money.
No shortage of money is when program implementation is there. There are more than 5 lakh dot centers in UT. So in each dot center, and many of these dot centers even do not have regular power supply laws.
So you are trying to say that in the dot center exhaust is a must.
Exhaust is
So
must.
that's
We always try to give an exhaust. It's available in most of the dot centers.
no. I'm putting something.
Okay.
There is something called 269 and 270 IPC. 6 months jail and 1 year jail.
Yes.
Okay, 269 and 270 is very clear. If you help propagate an infection, you can be in prison. Therefore, not putting an exhaust in a center
Yes, it should be amounted this.
should amount
Amounted
to
this.
violation of 269 and 270.
Yes, you're right.
Exhaust is something which is
Which is not costly, which can be afforded.
which can be afforded. At least you have made an effort. At least you are aware you have made an effort. So you're now, for example, in this room, I have a split AC. There is no exhaust.
If there is some patient here,
We'll all get
We all will get it.
will be in trouble. Yes,
Okay.
you're right.
And then with split AC, can I have an exhaust? I want to.
I don't think it will work.
So for exhaust, I need a fan.
Yes.
So therefore, the answer is fan plus exhaust.
Fan plus exhaust.
Okay. So therefore, that's the patient-to relation.
Yes.
Patient-to relation. So in your industry, in your factory, if you have 1,000 people working, and invariably you will have 1 or 2 patients every call, and if they have TB, and if you don't provide fan and exhaust, so providing AC there is criminal.
Another question I have on this.
So let's finish. Patient to doctor. Now patient to doctor.
Same.
Doctor to doctor.
Same.
No, doctor has to be an N95.
Doctor to doctor. Doctor has to be available. Yes.
So doctor has to be an
And
N95.
And this now is available.
It's not available. No, there are.
Now, what we understand, you see, like HIV being told that you should wear condoms or that various methods which can be done. Regarding tuberculosis, what can some normal public take precautions not to get the disease?
Precaution has to be taken at the level of patient. We
Right.
should make patient more aware that whenever he coughs, he puts some mask or any piece of cloth, or if he doesn't have anything, he can put his arm like this whenever he is coughing. If patient is at proper treatment, the fundamental rule is prevention of TB to others. That is, if a patient is early diagnosed, if we diagnose the patient early, put the patient on early treatment, within a month, within 2 to 4 weeks, patient become non-infectious.
Right.
So best method of prevention for the community is if a patient has got cough for more than 2 weeks, he should immediately be diagnosed, screened for TB.
No,
If it is
I put further.
Sir.
2 to 4 weeks is a very big period. I mean, nobody will be out of his job for 4 weeks. India Indian law doesn't allow him to get paid leave as of today.
Mhm.
So therefore, they are not going to tell.
Mhm.
They will start treatment, they will continue working.
Mhm.
Is there any way, any new drugs which are coming, research going on to make them negative in 1 week?
No.
No.
No, because we never know whether the patient is a new case or he has already taken treatment. Suppose the patient is taking treatment, what we find, and in new cases even, MDR are 2%, but if INS resistance in primary cases is 10%. And retreatment it goes up to 60%. So we do not know whether the patient becomes negative or not within a week. Otherwise, what they say, research says with rifampicin, if it is effective.
You are talking about primary case, rifampicin resistance is 2%, but INS resistance is
10%, yes, only INH. In new cases.
Should it be compulsory for people working in
That's
the
why we introduced 4 drugs in the category 1 schedule.
It's disturbing.
Hmm?
It's disturbing because INS resistance is 10% in primary and LPA.
Hmm.
That means in the private sector we should insist on LPA.
We should send. Otherwise, if we are giving 4 drugs in intensive, it takes care of if it is
But then you're
resistant.
continuing INS for 6 months.
Yes, that's why 3 drugs are continued in continuation basis.
But then
Not 2 should not be
rifampicin
sufficient.
alone may not
May not be sufficient. May not be
May not be
sufficient. May not be sufficient.
So
Especially.
therefore, why
These tests should be
what I'm
important.
saying, up till now, private sector has been blamed
Mhm.
of giving 5 drugs.
Mhm.
Okay, they have been blamed for 5 drugs.
Mhm.
Now they have to basically do the LPA. They have to now.
They have to know INS resistance before
Yes,
starting
I know.
the treatment. Yes,
So therefore,
because
every patient he must know
Hmm.
INS resistance.
that is what this is the target of the government for going for universal DST. At the start of treatment, whether patient is new or retreatment, they should know their culture sensitivity.
Universal.
Universal DST, drug susceptibility testing.
Okay, universal DST.
That is the target of program.
There are many new changes which has come in this with that. And then, so we have talked about then fluorescent microscopes also are coming.
Yes, fluorescent microscope they have come in the program in place of ZN microscopies. Because in this case the sensitivity is more, as well as it puts less stress on the lab technician's eyes. So you can examine more slides.
What about my surveillance? I am a doctor.
Mhm.
I also see patients.
Mhm.
I also see cough patients.
Mhm.
I might be seeing something like 2 or 3 patients every month. I put them on ATT.
Mhm.
Okay. How do I do surveillance on me?
For any health worker,
Healthcare
for
worker.
any
And
healthcare,
healthcare
yeah,
worker,
healthcare, any healthcare worker, at least for TB 1 year, every year, once in a year, access screening is must. That should be done. And for RNDCP staff, the staff working in government program, every year screening we are doing. This is in addition to the screening whenever some health worker develops some symptoms.
That is it.
That's needed.
That should be doing like that.
Yes, but
You are
1 year,
talking about annual X-ray.
annual X-ray is,
It has come back.
It has come back.
So it has gone in between.
but
In
in
between
TV
you are not
program,
recommending.
no, we were not recommending, but now it has come in the healthcare surveillance, the new launch which was on 21st, that was prevention of
It has
TB, it has
restarted.
restarted.
And what about public executive health checkup? Public goes for annual checkup. Should that continue or not?
That should be continued.
Public shall also, if they are going
Yes.
for executive health checkup,
Yes, they should go for exercise.
yearly X-ray.
Yearly exercise should be.
especially people working in the food industry, do you think it should be compulsory for them?
At least everybody is at risk in India because 2% persons are suffering from TB. We never know because we move in the metro, we go to
TB now is 2%.
we cannot say 2%, but initially that was 1955 when a survey, but it's 1.5 and 2.
So 2% is TB in India, which is a very big number.
Yeah.
That means in any organization, say how many people are working under you?
I have only 2,500 people.
So that's the population he is dealing with in this industry.
Yes.
2,000
And
people.
industry workers are usually they are at high risk also.
Have you any time come across some suffering from TB?
We have a nurse who is checking them regularly, but we have never got any blood checkup done.
No, blood is not required
Serum
for
only.
TB,
Sputum
either
also we
sputum
have.
or X-ray.
And most of them are ESI covered, so if they get
Okay.
unwell, then we send them to the ESI
Yes.
hospital. But something which is a good awareness for us also, that we should definitely bring in this program.
Maybe symptomatic types are there. The nurse
Yes.
which is taking care of them.
They should be
Every month she can take care of 100 persons, whether they have got some symptoms. Symptomatic survey can be done and that patient can be referred for
So
exercise.
before I come back to TB and HIV,
Yes.
let me spend some more time on TB versus flu. Okay. Now, if I am going to tell people that flu is this precaution, TB is this precaution, they are confused.
So they should be universal.
If I am going to tell them that दो हफ्ते की खांसी, you go for cough hygiene, then flu will increase. So therefore, for me, it has to be cough hygiene.
Yes.
So forget about दो हफ्ते की खांसी, 3 हफ्ते की खांसी. You have to take precautions in every cough. दो हफ्ते की खांसी में, then you have to go
But for TB test.
Go for TB test.
TB test. Otherwise,
So,
cough hygiene
so
should
therefore,
be.
when a person is having cough, so I'll divide it cough into cough plus cold, then cough plus cold plus fever, then cough with sputum. I'm dividing into 3.
Okay.
So one is cough and cold. Unlikely to be TB.
Unlike, yes.
It is probably allergic
Allergic.
because there is no fever.
Huh.
So that is fever. So in a cough and cold without fever, simple precautions are sufficient.
Yes.
But if the patient has cough and cold plus fever,
Then TB is
no, cough and cold
cough and cold.
and fever, that's flu. Less
Flu.
than 2 weeks is flu.
Flu.
So flu is less than 2 weeks.
Yes.
Is flu. Now he needs to be on the mask. He needs to take cough precautions. हाथ में नहीं करना, handkerchief में नहीं करना, tissue paper में करना है, dispose of by phenyl or by burning. All precaution needs to be taken, and he needs to also be out of job
Yes.
because he can spread infection to others. In cough and cold, he may continue his job. He takes anti-allergic because cough and cold people normally will say that early in the morning I'm sneezing. From the slight cold, I take a tablet and I'm fine. But if you have a cough with sputum lasting for more than 2 weeks, then TB test is a must.
Yes.
Now, therefore, if a person comes from cough in a OPD, he has to be provided with mask. So in the TB reception, mask should be lying, and it should be a pamphlet. That if you have cough, wear this mask before you enter.
Yes.
If you're going for a lab, if you're going for a lab test, there are 10 people waiting. You should be given priority.
Fast tracking of patients.
Fast tracking. You're going for an X-ray. There are 11 patients waiting.
Fast tracking.
Fast tracking. So therefore, they are allowed. They have a privilege of getting the X-ray and lab done out of turn. And that should be written there so that people don't fight. So that people are told this is for your own interest.
Yes.
Okay. And doctors should wear N95.
Yes.
Now I have worn an N95 now, and my OPD is running 8 hours. So one N95 was 8 hours. Okay. So in between, can I take it out and again be put it?
Yes.
So that means there is no problem with that. Similarly, patients can also take it out and put it in again
On the same side.
on the same side. Same side. So you are saying this. Now I'll give you another example. I do say around 15 to 20 echoes a day. Every time patients are coming for an echo test, half of them are coming from ICU. Half of them will be, some of them will be having some sort of infection. So for me, I have to have an N95.
N95, yes.
Surgical mask for me has no value.
No.
Or I make everybody wear a surgical mask.
Which is not possible. May not be possible at every time.
If the hospital is not willing to provide N95, then you have no choice.
No choice, yes.
The doctor, see.
But I think the N95 is not available in our hospitals.
See, in a private hospital, everything is billed to the patient. Nothing is provided free to the doctors. So if you come in a private hospital, the sweeper comes, he wears the gloves, patient has to pay. Okay, he will clean the floor with phenyl, patient has to pay. You will be disposing of his tissue papers and things. If you need a bleach, patient has to pay. So for everything, if a doctor goes to a room and he needs a 95, somebody has to pay. Hospital will not pay. Hospital will not pay. If not, then we come back to TB HIV. So every TB go for HIV test.
Go for HIV test.
Every HIV look for TB.
Yes. This is a cross referral between our TB control program
What
and
about
HIV.
contacts of HIV?
Contacts of HIV.
But not contacts. Sorry, people living with HIV.
If the people are living with HIV, we do not wait for any cough more than 2 weeks. If it is even less than 2 weeks, we go for sputum examination.
And
Sibilant.
And sibilant.
Sibilant. Immediately sibilant.
Just sibilant.
Yes.
In that case, we don't need to.
We don't need to wait for failure.
And if they are TB positive,
if they are TB positive, we will see the sibilant result. Sensitive.
What do we start? ART, TB together. ART first, TB later. TB first, ART.
First we start ADT.
ADT.
We wait for about 2 weeks so that patient tolerates the drugs, and then we start ART.
So again, if somebody is positive for HIV and TB, it is better for them to be shifted to the private hospital.
Yes.
Now, all those private centers which are being made DOT centers will provide the same facility.
Same facility.
So therefore, you can be a private DOT center.
Yes, private also.
So all doctors should think upon those people who are handling lots of cases.
They should get one of their staff members trained for dots, giving dots. And anytime if they find some of their patients suffering from TB, they can get free diagnostic facilities also if they want quality assured test. And if they are putting the patient on treatment, that their staff member can become dot writer and drugs will be provided free.
Now, my second question comes is that if suppose I am a private doctor, a patient comes to me, I am providing him drugs free, giving him diagnostics free through the government. Drugs are also being given through me, through the government. But can I charge my consultation?
You can charge your consultation, you can take charges for giving injection also. Because in category 2 and 4 injections are given. If your staff is giving injection, you can charge. You can charge for the consultation, or if there is any other disease, or if their family member comes for some disease, they can be charged. Only drugs and diagnostics which are free under the program, they should not be charged.
And diagnosis of only TB.
Only TB. Diagnosis of TB. No, even other drugs, other treatment. If it comes from some other disease for consultation, you can charge. If you dispense some drugs,
then why can't we just take away TB from the private sector? That all private sector will have to give treatment. Then I'm talking that drugs are not available in the chemist. Now what will happen is to give TB treatment. Every doctor
will have to send the patient to the government.
No. Or he has to become a doctor provider.
Yes. That should be the ideal situation.
Or he has to become a doctor provider.
Yes, that should be the ideal situation.
Why it is not happening?
I think there is problem at some drug controller level or pharma companies level.
How is pharma companies related to it?
Till now there is no law that ADT cannot be sold at the pharmacies.
The government has so many provisions to do that.
Government can do that.
I think so much XDR and MDR going.
Some efforts are going on this line also. I'm not aware of that.
So all PP will have to become DOTS provider.
If they want to treat.
Otherwise,
Otherwise.
So in that case, the chemist, no drug is available. And I will be happy as a physician. Why should I be unhappy? If my treatment is coming free, if my diagnostic is coming free,
patient is with me,
I am getting my consultation. Why should I be unhappy?
Yes.
Why should I be unhappy? On the contrary, I would say to the government, do it for every disease. Do it for every disease. I am only interested in my consultation, which you are allowing. If you are not allowing the consultation, then I am worried. And if you are saying don't charge more than 60 rupees, 70 rupees, so whatever is my consultation, I am charging. Patient is also happy. Patient is also happy with that. Anything else in TB HIV? So they have now said the new drugs will be given free.
All the drugs are given free. Second line, even third generation drugs. Third line drugs are available with ART centers.
So through split doctor, can pass the contagious disease of TB,
Mhm.
but through spitting, if there is blood, can the next person also get HIV?
Through spitting?
Yes.
No.
No.
There has to be blood and blood contact.
So only the tuberculosis can be
See,
transferred.
there are two types of secretions, internal secretions and external secretions. So external secretion getting mixed with external secretion, nothing will happen. Sputum to sputum touch, nothing will happen. Skin to skin touch, nothing will happen. Internal secretion with external secretion, nothing will happen. Okay? So if a girl is, if she drinks the sperms, infected sperms, nothing will happen unless there are ulcers. So there has to be a mixing of internal secretion with an internal secretion. One line. So internal secretion must link with, so therefore if I have an injury here, if the blood, HIV positive blood comes here, because of the injury it enters. In an intact skin it will not. So there has to be a mixing of internal secretion with an internal secretion.
But this is also one of the
Now,
next
if TB
states.
patient is having, if a TB patient is HIV positive, and if he is bringing sputum, that sputum, blood in sputum will be HIV positive. But that cannot spread unless that mixes with internal secretion.
Okay.
Now my next thing is, how long the TB bacilli last in the air?
In cold, humid atmosphere.
No, suppose I cough here,
Mhm.
how long it will last in the atmosphere? Will get killed
They will be killed if they are exposed to the sunlight.
in how much time?
In sunlight, they will be killed within half an hour.
So giving patients to to stay in the sunlight is healthy.
It is healthy because it will decrease the spread of infection. Suppose a patient is in a single room, he is living, and there is sunlight available. If he is repeatedly coughing, the bacteria will be there in the air.
So
If
rather than keeping him in a dark, dingy
it
room,
should be
he should be kept
airy
in
and
more
sunlight should be there. Sunlight should be there.
Okay. Now if I take my sputum
Mhm.
and I put it on the this wash basin,
Mhm.
and suppose I have 100 patients sputum in a lab,
Mhm.
I put it in the water basin, we flush.
Mhm.
They all go now to the nala
Mhm.
with the laser, with the diver.
They will ask.
Again, because these are,
Yeah,
most
yeah,
of
this is
people say, when we tell them burn it, they don't do it. When we tell them bury it, they don't do it.
Boil
They
it
say,
and then flush out.
if they boil it, it's fine. But they normally, they all, see, if you go to a lab,
Yes.
all sputum is collected and put it into the flush. And flush, either put the, they are all flushed.
Mhm.
That flush somewhere is going.
Mhm.
If it is going in a nala downstairs, and suppose there are 1 lakh TB positive cases, and everything is going into the nala,
Mhm.
has anybody done a nala test for AFB?
Mhm.
Is AFB positive in nala or not?
And for how long?
No, I'm simple asking.
Simple, how whether it is
Whether AFB are positive in, so what should be able to do is, one should be able to take the water coming out of the lab,
Mhm.
and there whatever is, and
The
there
best option is when they are flushing out in that should be first boiled or
nobody is
autoclave.
doing, nobody is doing. See,
In private labs, in the-
boiling means minimum 1 minute of
Yes.
boiling.
Mhm.
Boiling costs money, boiling wants time, boiling means one person is engaged.
Yes.
Nobody is doing, nobody will do it.
Mhm.
So therefore we need to come out with, so
Okay.
either when we are talking about biomedical waste,
Mhm.
there should be a, for the sputum, do we have separate
No,
criteria?
same.
I mean,
But the only thing we do, we first autoclave and then dispose.
So doctor,
Yes.
somebody is spitting in the swimming pool, and
in
it
the
got
swimming pool also
tuberculosis.
there is a running water.
No, but so many people keep spitting and swimming, and another one is taking the water in their mouth. They can get TB. You mean to say?
Not by mouth, but drinking people not have.
Because
But
it
then-
will go to stomach and that will kill with the.
But they can get TB or just
Yes.
understand.
Mhm.
And they can
Yes,
get
it is.
it is like you're getting tuberculosis of the. It's not only in the lung. You get an
Yes,
intestine.
they will be diluted. I don't know. I don't have the answer because it will get diluted a diluted form, will it cause, how much concentration it requires, we have no answers. But I know that I go to India Gate every day. There are people who are the suppose they are TB positive, then somebody who is जो रोज गुब्बारे फुला रहे हैं, and if he is TB positive, and if I buy that balloon, bring it to my home and puncture it, will it spread TB? Like my question is again coming is how long the TB bacteria will survive? So inside the balloon, then people are वो जो bubbles करते हैं बाहर, because we have been told that even laryngitis is contagious, singing is contagious, coughing and sneezing in any way we know, but laughing loudly is contagious. If that's so, then anything which is with forced expiration, then गुब्बारे फुलाना, then and then what about laboratories? This all these lab PFT labs, everybody is going there to take off. Is everybody using HEPA filter? No, in the equipment. If they are not, then what are the chances of getting spread? When you're going for your lung functions, if you are not using a disposable HEPA filter, though they are given plastic, see, you are given a disposable that is for exhale, but they are also asking you to inhale. Also. And when you inhale, unless there is a HEPA filter there, HEPA filter will cost money. Therefore, PFT with HEPA filter will cost more. So therefore, people prefer to go to. He says, "वो तो 200 रुपए में कर रहा है." But that means वो 200 रुपए वाला will not be using HEPA filter. So we need to talk about HEPA filter
and the alcohol test. That test that also they are not cleaning, doing anything. They are simply putting in mouth of every driver they want. That can also spread.
We get a lot of queries in our own mind. Do we have some questions? This is the question I have to ask. We may not be getting a lot of people watching it today, but we will pass on the video to 2 lakh doctors in any way. Any other things new coming in that? When we talk about technical operating guidelines,
that is about the diagnosis which we have already discussed.
Then guidelines for prevention and treatment of adverse reactions.
Adverse reactions, these are very important. Adverse reactions, especially for MDR treatment. What we are finding in MDR treatment, our cure rate or success rate is only 50%. And when we review what are the causes why patients are not completing the treatment, and one of the most important causes which is patients are not tolerating that, or they develop some side effect and they discontinue the treatment. Around 20% of our total patients who are put on MDR treatment, they discontinue treatment because of the adverse reactions. So now what we are doing is the solution for this is early identification of side effects. So these we have made these guidelines for health workers, for dot provider, for supervisor.
Is it linked to PVPI, the pharmacovigilance program in India?
This is also linked with it. When
we at IMA are also a nodal center for PVPI.
Okay.
We have 971776514, our number, and we are also asking people that if you report adverse reaction to any drug, report to us.
They report to us. This is related to that also. But these guidelines, basically these guidelines are meant for that health workers for early identification of side effects. So if early identification side effect is there, because patient is taking treatment for the dot provider, even for category 4, he is taking treatment and going. The patient will go to the doctor whenever there is some problem, or for monthly checkup or for X-ray examination. So these dot writers, we are training them. So if they see any side effect, with the patient tells them or they observe.
Let's spend some time. Let's sample. For not this purely for people who are interested in TB.
Yes.
So we have rifampicin. Okay. We have IMH. We have ethambutol, and we have pyrazine. This becomes the 4 drugs. Okay. If the 5th drug has to be added, it has streptomycin. So this becomes for retreatment. Okay. Then next.
Next is for MDR cases.
MDR. What do I give?
In MDR cases, we give kanamycin.
So in MDR, I said rifampicin is
not given. INH is resistance. Ethambutol and paracetamol we give.
So ethambutol and paracetamol we give. Streptomycin he may be resistant.
He may be resistant, that is why we add second line kanamycin.
So instead of streptomycin,
We give kanamycin.
kanamycin.
Then we give the second line drug, reserve drugs, cycloserine and ethionamide.
Cycloserine and ethionamide.
Ethionamide.
Mm. So we give him 5 drugs
Plus one fluoride.
plus 1
Levofloxacin. 6 drugs we are giving
So 6
for
drugs.
6 months.
6 drugs for 6 months.
And then for 18 months, we omit pyrazinamide and
Then for the next 18 months, paracetamol is out,
kanamycin is out.
kanamycin is out. But you are giving kanamycin injectable for 6 months.
For 6 months, yes.
And paracetamol also for 6
For
months.
6 months.
What will happen to uric acid level?
Uric acid is
And then these 2 are out, then 4 drugs to continue.
4 drugs to continue
4 drugs to continue.
to make 24 months shift.
Total 24
4
months.
months shift.
If he comes to pre-XTR, now he is resistant to levoflox or
Levoflox.
kanamycin.
Then we replace these drugs.
Why?
Because if he is resistant to levoflox, the levoflox will be replaced by other drugs.
That will be recommended.
Not beta. Beta will be add on drug. It will be
Okay.
add on drug.
So
But
beta will be add on.
add on, only add on drug for
So I
6
replace
months.
levoflox with
Levofloxacin with either PAS,
or
clofazimine.
clofazimine. And kanamycin with
Kanamycin with caprimycin.
caprimycin. So when this PAS and clofazimine they were in fact they were the primary drugs. There was a time.
They were like,
and they were primary even for.
but now they are not using with primary schedule, so there are no chances of duality resistance to these drugs. These are static, weak drugs, but they are when it is resistant to fluoroquinolones, then they become.
We had used clofazimine in leprosy.
Yes, leprosy we use it. PAS we use it as first line drug. Streptomycin, INH and PAS are being
That
used.
was even in our time they used that.
Yes, we use.
So we are going back to
Same
the
drugs, because they are not being used now in the primary drugs.
Now when you talk about levofloxacin, why not ban it?
Ban it from?
Levofloxacin should be banned.
Why?
Should be banned. Only available in.
For TTP purpose.
No, it should only be available for ATT purpose.
For ATT
So
purpose.
therefore it has to be-
That is the best. That is the best.
It has to be, see, at least if you cannot ban other drugs of TB,
At least one drug is.
levofloxacin ban it. If you ban levofloxacin, then it will not be available in the chemist. And it has to be only be taken from the TB center. When you go for a levofloxacin, there are chances patient will take all the treatment from it.
This step they have taken for betaquin. Now betaquin drug is not available in the market. In Indian context, it will be only available to RNTs.
Forever.
That's for till now. It is a conditional access program. It will be not available in the market. It is available in only 2 conditions. One is compassionate ground, and second is conditional access program. Where you will
Compassionate ground
and
and
conditional access program. This is CAP. In conditional access program, drug will only be available through RNTC, not in the government sector.
What about compassionate ground?
Compassionate ground, if patient is registered to all the drugs and in the private sector, if it is required, then all the details they are submitted to the company and then some government.
When you are allowing the dot center in the private, let the doctor become a private doctor.
Private or private, then it can solve that problem. Yes.
Like anybody who doctor who wants it.
Who wants it,
So
yes.
therefore compassionate ground should be out.
That should be out. But till now it is continuing, and when the compassionate ground drugs will be available for all the sites, because it is available till now only in 6 sites. That is launched on 21st of this month. Only at 6 sites they have
But
launched.
any study where you combine homeopathy and Ayurveda in MDR treatment as an add-on treatment.
The study is going on now. They have started
Which drug they are using?
some homeopathic drug they are using.
Because
Drugs,
in
I don't know.
homeopathy there is nothing like some.
Okay, no, I don't know.
Homeopathy-
They know that.
okay.
They have submitted one project, Nehru Homeopathic College. They will be starting on that project, then I will know whatever details.
See, homeopathy is based on 2 things: tincture homeopathy and potentized homeopathy. Tincture homeopathy are plant-based alcohol extracts. They are allopathic-like drugs. They are not true homeopathic drugs.
Okay. Tincture based.
Tincture based. So every tincture, say I take petal of a flower and I put it alcohol, and in alcohol it gets dissolved, it becomes a tincture.
Okay.
Because you are giving the crude
Tincture
drug.
is the medium.
Tincture is a crude drug. The crude drug will have all the properties like in Ayurveda and allopathy. So therefore, Crataegus is a tincture of Crataegus is like an ACE inhibitor drug. It's a plant-based ACE inhibitor. That's a Crataegus. Similarly, Adonis. Similarly, every cactus, all these cactus, if you take their extract in alcohol, they are not homeopathic.
Okay.
So tincture homeopathy is no allopathy doctor should say that I don't understand homeopathy, because tincture homeopathy is nothing but
Crude form of allopathy.
crude form of allopathy. In allopathy, you are taking out
extracting and
there you are giving the crude form. Okay. Then comes is homeopathy. In homeopathy, what you do is you say, suppose I want to create a homeopathy of a drug, then I have to potentize it. In potentizing, what happens is, when I take tobacco, what I am doing, I am potentizing it. When I am making chutney, so I am taking pudina, I am taking tulsi, I am taking dhania, and then I am potentizing it. What happens with potentization is, जितना small molecule बनेगा, उतना potent होता जाएगा. चटनी जितनी ज़्यादा घुटोगे, उतनी कम मात्रा में तीखी होगी, ज़्यादा तीखी होती जाएगी. So now in homeopathy, there are two types of potentization. One type of potentization is in C and X, liquid form and solid form. Liquid के अंदर में आप dilute कर रहे हो और solid form में आप घोट रहे हो. Up to 6C and 6X.
6 times what?
6X is
6 times.
6 times. 6C and 6X. That means liquid है कि solid है, आप उसको घोट रहे हो. 6 बारी. 6 times का मतलब होता है you take 1:100 parts और 1:10 parts. ये दो अलग-अलग titration होते हैं. तो 1:100 में आपने घोट लिया. फिर उसका 1 लिया, फिर 100 में घोट लिया, वो 2C या 2X. उसके 1 के अंदर फिर 100 में 3, then 4, then 5,
6
then
times. 6
So
times.
up to 6 times you are potentizing the original tincture. But after 6 times, it becomes a new drug.
Okay.
That is called as a true homeopathy.
True.
So there are 3 types of homeopathy. When you lose the original drug action, that means the drug becomes a non-drug. That means you are breaking a drug into subatomic particles, proton, electron, neutron, then photon, and then from photon you go back to quantum. From quantum you go to energy. When you go to that energy level, then it becomes a drug C. And that drug C has their actions is called homeopathy. So that drug C will be your titration 6C onwards or 6X onwards, which can be 200C, which can be any amount of dilution.
That will be a new practice.
So that new drug, now suppose 12C becomes a new drug, then 12C will be potentized 6C, 24 will be further potentized, further potentized, further potentized. So in homeopathy you have 3 actions. One is crude action, second is you are making it, you can say in our allopathy equivalent to, crude is equivalent to the drug, second is equivalent to the nanoparticle, now we are going to nanotechnology, and third is bhasm in Ayurveda and potentize or trituration in homeopathy. So therefore homeopathy becomes a C drug, and that C drug needs to be evaluated separately. And normally they say the drug C will have an opposite effect of the drug A.
Okay.
That's what homeopathic principle is. The homeopathic principle is that whatever crude drug produces symptoms, its potentized drugs will cure that.
Okay.
So they give you some drugs, they give you some plants.
Mm.
And they say this plant produces fever, this plant produces this.
So if we make that will.
So what I do is I take a herb and I do its toxicity. I find this drug is non-toxic. Then I potentize that drug, take it in human volunteers and produce the symptoms. Then I write down these symptoms. Then this homeopathic conversation of that will be effective in any disease with those symptoms. That is the science of homeopathy. So there is no way I can say that, and Chanakya told us that to become a good administrator, you need to know the strength and weaknesses of your opponents. So therefore, if I do not learn the strength and weaknesses of homeopathy, I will never allow them to work with me. Therefore, new research will never come. I normally say allopathy and homeopathy together is not A plus H. It is not AH. It will be something in new science. Therefore, research needs to be done. Can adding homeopathy, can adding bhasma of Ayurveda, can adding other Ayurvedic drugs, can I reduce my duration of treatment from 6 months to 5 months? Can I prevent resistance? Can I reduce my treatment of MDR from 24 months to say 16 months? That should be the objective of research. And if we are going to leave it on a homeopath, that you look after your part, we will never be able to diagnose and we will never be able to do a real research. Now, Ayurveda basically talks about Vata, Pitta and Kapha. Vata is thin people, hairy, dry hand, and they have more pulse rate. Pitta people will have moist hand, warm hands, and they will be more like you are Pitta and Pitta. And Kapha people will be heavy people, heavy built-up people. No. Vata person will always get TB, fibrotic lesions. He may not get fibrocaseous. A Pitta person will get more of a cavitary lesion. And a Kapha person will get more of a pleural effusion. So by adding Ayurveda, suppose a person who is Vata, he gets a pleural effusion, then I know he is not supposed to get. Because he is not an effusive personality, then I should suspect the MDR to be I should suspect HIV positive to me. So therefore, these are the research we are missing. If we combine the two together, Ayurveda says no, he cannot have. You say this is fibrotic. Ayurveda says no, he is supposed to get effusion. He is not getting effusion. That means you have to say fibrotic. Okay, what I am missing? What can I collaborate? If a person who is not supposed to get effusion, if he gets effusion, he says that means his resistance is low. Because he is getting a disease which he is not supposed to get. And therefore, if I is the low resistance, should I check for HIV? Should I check for nutrition? Should I check for serum protein? Should I check for others? So start looking into your mind that thin people are not supposed to get pleural effusion. And if they get pleural effusion, then that may be more exudative. Then it is inflammatory. Then it is no more effusion. And will have to depend. So you can also find out by Ayurvedic philosophy that which patient will have a protein content of more than 5 grams, less than 5 grams, 3 grams. They all are exudates. But some people behave differently in tuberculosis. So that's the way. So there is no, at the moment, no research going on with that. Vivek, you want to ask?
Question.
There is a question? Okay, so the question is, Dr. Poonam Chiblani, she talks about, what about TBIs? So in tuberculosis of the eye, treatment is the same, unless or if you have a hypersensitivity reaction.
Then steroids have to be added. Steroids have to be added.
Okay. So and what about all extra pulmonary treatment is the same?
In all extra pulmonary treatments.
So Vivek, what message you are carrying on today?
There is much more awareness on TV I have got today, and I feel it is not only a poor man's disease, it's also a rich person can get it. There should be much more awareness. People should clean their hands more
I'll tell you
often.
one example, one of my business, I'm not naming him.
Yeah.
And he developed TB, his wife developed TB, his brother developed TB. And then we started looking for. And ultimately we could trace his driver, because he was a common driver to all three of them, because they all were living in the same family. And he passed on the infection to others. And he was taking TB treatment irregularly, and he never informed that he was getting TB. Occasionally he used to cough, and he passed on the TB to three people in the family. They all were interested. I'm talking about the family with over 1,000 crore turnover. So therefore, our servant, our driver, our chowkidar,
And the
They are the
cooks.
source.
And the cooks. All should be, all domestic servants must be tested for TB
absolutely,
on a yearly basis.
absolutely.
And it also brings awareness that when you are swimming, you should be careful.
Swimming, I still can't frighten the people. But this message, because I don't know, because why even if I take the sputum out, because that message will come back into Ganga Snan also. Then it will come back into Yamuna Snan also. That has never happened. So we don't know, because it gets diluted. It gets diluted and the water goes away quickly. So we really don't know about that.
So what happens in case of ponds?
Yes.
There
We
is.
don't know, because they are more will be urinary infections, people, water and foodborne diseases. But definitely we would like to know if there is any study available of a Nala, is it HIV, it is TB positive or not. It's simple, we should go to pick up 100 swimming pools and check for
There
do a
is a
G-less
test.
spot test and find out is there a TB or not.
Because since it
But-
was never related.
But
to
most
it,
importantly, these are people like you, where there are 1,000, 2,000 people working, and 2% is the TB rate. So 20 of them, 20 to 40 of them should be on treatment of TB at any given time. They may or may not be telling you. And if they are on TB treatment, they should be given a paid leave till they become negative. Otherwise, they will
And
pass on.
they are all provided by ESI.
Mhm.
ESI is giving them paid leave. It's only that they need to avail it and take an ESI leave. In our places, 100% of the workers are covered.
When you say ESI is giving them paid leave, means ESI pays for them.
Yes, if you are unwell, the ESI pays you money for as many days you have to be off the work. In fact, today ESI has the provision that any other direct family member of yours, it could be your parents or your children, even if they are unwell, you can go to an ESI hospital and get the treatment done.
So that's end of today's webcast, and let's thank all our listeners, thank our colleague, our faculty, Dr. K.K. Chopra, and my friend Vivek for joining me in today's program. We'll come back next week with one more session. Till that, say goodbye, and happy Holi again, happy and healthy Holi.